slashers and scream queens, and welcome to the Horror Daddies Podcast.
A podcast where we talk about horror movies.
And the leprechauns in them.
Yes, where is my gold? Happy St. Patty's Day.
5 days ago. And
Oh my god. So we have a special guest, the Leprechaun himself.
yes, we have him here. Warwick Davis is here to talk about Leprechaun 2 with us.
Oh, Jesus. Guys.
Jonathan, I don't know what I watched. I don't remember watching this movie.
Me neither, bro.
I don't know what happened. It was just like a blur. It was just all a blur.
You know what's funny? So I made the TikTok of like me doing a drawing for St. Patrick's Day, and I'm talking about how the Leprechaun movies are great. I completely forgot about this one because
this has to be the worst one. This
Yes.
has to be the worst.
Yes.
This has to be the one everyone just doesn't remember. I feel like this is the one that on TV they even skip it. It's like 1 through 4. Like
I was expecting him to go to Vegas and everything. I'm like, wait, that's not even the second one. That's the third one.
that's 3. Yeah, that's 3.
Oh my
That's the one I
God.
remember the most as a kid. Is 3.
Yeah,
the Vegas one. Mhm.
Well, if you guys have listened to our first Leprechaun movie episode, we watched all of them like in a row. And we
Yeah.
were like brain dead after that.
We stopped at 4, and I was like, I can't no more. I can't keep going. I don't know. You really can't watch bad movies back to back. It really hurts.
No, it fucking hurt. We were so exhausted. And this one, it was like I finished it, and I don't remember like how it started. It was a struggle.
Yep, all a blur.
Oh my
All a blur.
god! But Carlos, who directed this movie?
So this movie, let me see. This movie was directed by Rodman Flender, written by Tori Meyer and Alfredo Septin, released on April 8th, 1994, which was born that year, 9 days later. Fun fact. With a budget of $2 million, it worldwide grossed $2.2 million, and at least made his budget back.
Yeah,
but
at least.
this one was the last one released in theaters. After this, they said they're like, nope. Direct to video, which how the series continued, yeah. And then so Jennifer Aniston was offered $25,000 to return. She declined.
Hell yeah, I don't blame. Even though this one's acting is fucking crazy.
Yeah, so then they had, because she was gonna be the original bride, blah blah blah, and then Denise Richards was also offered the role.
Oh,
but she was working on, guess what?
What?
Tammy and the T-Rex.
Oh,
a much better movie.
Did you see that on Twitter that they found the T-Rex?
Oh yeah,
they actually found it. Like it was like some guy was on a warehouse and they actually found the actual T-Rex.
Oh, that's awesome. I would keep it.
It's fucking sick. It's pretty awesome, and it looks really good too.
That's technically Paul Walker.
Yeah, that's true. Yo, he's still with us.
Yeah. And then Heather Langenkamp was also offered the role of Bridget, but she turned it down because she was working on Wes Craven's New Nightmare, a much, much better movie.
Hell yeah. I can't wait to cover that movie, bro. I'm like
Me too.
aching.
Me too. But yeah, those 3 women were pretty much like, nah, not this movie. And then they get, I don't know her name, but you'll go through the cast list. The Bridget we have in... Oh, honey, she was giving me a headache yesterday. I was like, ma'am.
Boy,
like I'm not an actor either, but like I could have done the movie myself.
I am your wife.
The only good acting is from Warwick Davis. He's the only person worth watching this movie for.
Yes, he's literally the best thing about this entire. Actually, him and the uncle. Those two were kings.
Oh, Morty.
Yeah, Morty.
Yeah, Morty.
Pretty awesome. But
everyone else, I was like, what the fuck?
They did only one takes in these movies. They did not give a fuck.
Jesus.
But
I told my family yesterday after we watched it, I was like, I'm never watching this again. This is it. Once we did this for the podcast, I don't need to go ever back and rewatch it ever again.
We can skip to 3.
Yeah, literally.
That'd be funny if we opened this episode being like, yeah, we said we were going to do 2. We're actually going to do 3. Fuck 2.
I almost texted you. I'm like, do you rather do 3? I almost texted you.
No, we have to, hey. The ugly also has to come out, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
But the top cast, obviously, we have Warwick Davis as the Leprechaun himself. The best part about this movie. We have Charlie Heath as Cody, Siobhan Durkin as Bridget, Sandy Barron as Morty, and then Adam Beesk as Ian, which those are pretty much our main characters. Ian is the I'm pretty sure he's the friend, if I'm not mistaken, or the third wheel.
The one that gets the titty face.
Exactly. Then the rest are just like literally just housewife, drunk at the pub, tourist girlfriend.
Because nothing happens in this movie. Nothing happens in this movie. Another fun. I think another fun little something fun that they did here was that if in Morty's office, if you look in the background, there's a Friday the 13th Part 2 poster, but it's like half of the poster because it just says Part 2. The body count continues, which is a little funny thing they did for this movie because this is Part 2. The body count continues.
That's pretty cool. I mean, at least they tried.
I thought that was cool. And I think there's a season of the Halloween 3 mask.
Really?
One of the mannequins. Yeah, it's wearing the skeleton one.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
I'll take a picture of it. I actually have I'm not going to be honest. I never do this, but I have the movie playing right now as we're talking because I don't remember anything that happened in this damn movie.
Literally. Before we started the Zoom call, I told Carlos, I just started playing because it's all on YouTube, guys. If you guys want to watch it, it's on fucking YouTube.
They're also on Peacock. Yeah. I have Peacock, so I watched it there, but yeah.
And then I literally was just like in the bathroom getting ready to like just watching it, just having it play through because I could not. Oh my god, bro. That's pretty much a cast. One thing I found out about the director, Rodman Flender. You know Timothy Chalamet? Mickey? No. That's not Mickey. Timothy Chalamet. I'll show you a picture of him. He's I'm trying to think where he's from.
I feel like I know that name.
He's like a skinny white boy. He's like a cutie. Chalamet.
That describes so many men.
This guy. Let me see. Can you see that?
Oh yeah. Kind of.
Yeah, him. That's his uncle. They're really? Siblings. They're like family. Yeah.
Oh.
And I was like, wait, what the fuck? So then I started going. He directed 2 episodes of The Office as well.
Okay.
For
director of this movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
For those that are like love The Office, aka Frankie, you might know if these are good episodes because I don't remember them. Season 9, episode 7, which season 9 is already pretty crazy bad. The Whale, and then in 2013 he did episode 10, The Lice. And I was like, wait, what the fuck? That's kind of wild.
Isn't that the last season of The Office?
Yeah, it's the worst one. The one that people hated the most. Okay. And then one of the writers, Turi Meyer, he directed 1 episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Season 6, episode 9.
So he went on to direct better things than Leprechaun 2.
Yeah, and
That's good.
He produced Smallville, which Smallville was pretty, at the time, it was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But I was really surprised by that. And then Timothy Chalamet, the director, what else? He directed something else. I'm trying to find out. I guess nothing. I thought there was something that popped up. But Gilmore Girls, fucking... Oh, Tales of the Crypt. He directed 2 episodes of Tales of the Crypt, of the show.
Much better show, too.
Yeah, I was like, dude, that's pretty crazy. Season 5 and season 6.
Good for him that this did not end his career. Good for him.
He worked. The last thing he made was in 2019, so he's still thriving.
Okay.
So
I'm surprised they didn't call this movie The Bride of Leprechaun 2 or something.
I'm surprised too.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah, they should have played on that.
Yeah, it could have went on with the greats like Bride of Chucky, Bride of Frankenstein, Bride of Reanimator, but no. It's Leprechaun 2. And then there's a whole different fucking story. First of all, where the fuck does this fit into is this even a continuation of the first movie? Like, bitch, where does this fit in?
The whole time I was like, so what the fuck? Was he asleep for 1,000 years or what happened?
And then the first movie was a little prequel of what happens in this one. Like, what?
I have
because
no
Jennifer
idea.
Aniston was supposed to be the bride, but they had to change the script because stuff happened. But then it's like the first movie's like, oh, you can kill him with a 4-leaf clover, but in this one we find out that no, iron actually kills him.
It's like,
and then this movie has such an abrupt ending.
Yeah, it just ends. I was like, what the fuck? It like threw me off.
And then earlier too, when he's in the safe, he touches the safe, getting out of the safe, and it doesn't affect him.
Well, he does touch it, and you see him. It burns him.
Yes, but then when he gets let loose, he opens the door.
Oh,
and nothing,
yeah, that's true.
It doesn't
That's
what?
true. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's always like in the second movie, it's like kind of like Freddy. How like in the second movie they kind of break the rules with him, and it's like in this one they're like, let's add more lore to him, but fuck the last movie, because there's no way the last movie was possible if he was supposed to be asleep for 1,000 years.
Exactly.
It doesn't. Granted, it doesn't explicitly say that he's been asleep for 1,000 years. It just says 1,000 years later. But at the same time, it seems like he's been away.
I don't know. It's maybe each movie's about a different leprechaun. It's not the same leprechaun.
Ooh, that's actually kind of interesting.
And that they all just look the same.
That would be kind of interesting, because I know in one part of the movie he says like, "Oh, my dad gave me this," and it'd be interesting if his dad it just looks like him, but it's like his dad, and he's from the first movie.
Mm-hmm. Because none of this, they just fuck it. The third one does the same thing. I feel like they changed the rules again. The shoe cleaning stuff doesn't happen in this one. He says he says your shoe is dirty once in the beginning, and then forgets about it.
And then what happened to like the pot of gold, like all his coins? They're not coins no more. He's just obsessed with gold.
It's just a whole bunch of different gold. And of course he remembers that there's always one missing. Mm-hmm. And then he falls for a fake one, which I don't understand how he fell for a fake one, knowing. Listen. I don't know what happened in this movie. But the whole point of him, he's supposed to get a bride. He has
so in the beginning of the movie, it's like what? I don't even know it says a year. It just says it's a long time ago.
It says once upon a time in Ireland.
Okay.
And he has a slave named William, and his bride happens to be William's daughter. And if she sneezes 3 times, she becomes his bride. But if someone says "bless you," it doesn't happen. Mm-hmm. And it's like, so she sneezes twice. The guy says "bless you," and then he curses him, and that in 1,000 years he's gonna find his lineage, his family lineage, which is gonna be Bridget, and he's gonna marry her. Which I do like the opening credits. It's like a whole bunch of women just going down in history, and this is really funny.
It's pretty creative. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But pretty much he tells him like he doesn't know who it is, right? Like his bride, and then it's like, okay, I'll pick a girl, then she'll sneeze, and then I'll let you free. But then it's like revealed it's his daughter.
Right. I do like the rhyme. I forgot how he says it, but
she sneezes once, she sneezes twice, she sneezes thrice, and the bride will be mine, or something like that.
I think it's like she'll be my bride when she sneezes thrice. And I'm like, that's not even a number. That makes no sense.
So hold up. No, let me see if I have it here. There's so much. I don't know how this movie has that many fucking quotes. I'll be honest.
To be honest, there's one rhyme that I like where it's just like, oh, I know this sounds old, but just so you know, I want me gold. And I was like, really?
Bars. Yeah, it's like they really didn't try that hard. Yeah,
like, the man was meant to go to the hood eventually with all those rhymes he does.
Yeah,
like,
that's true, dude.
He got
the whole week I've been singing. I'm a wee green guy who's new in town. It's just so catchy. It's so damn catchy. Yeah, I can't find the fucking thing. Yeah. But anyways, he has this little cute rhyme about her sneezing, and he says it like twice in the movie. Yeah. And of course, the dad says "bless you." He runs away, and he ends up dying. Which this leprechaun has telekinesis powers, like more powerful than the first one. Like he like fatality his ass on the air.
Yeah, he did. It was really funny.
Jesus, did you just went to heaven, Carlos? You just went to heaven. sorry, guys. If you're not watching,
my dog. My dog just looked out the window and the curtain just brought in all the sunlight. And it's just reflected off the glass off the table. It looked really. I noticed it too. I was like, damn.
Motherfucker went to heaven.
Charlie's helping me with my lighting. Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you, Charlie. Oh my god.
But yeah, then it basically we get the lineage of women up to a dog. I do love the little Titanic drawing going from Ireland to America. Yeah. It's like, let's establish that she's actually going to America. That's why she's here.
Which it's like Leprechaun was in America already, right? Didn't the first movie?
Yes, the first one was like in Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's like okay, bro. I guess.
You know what's crazy? Apparently, this is the only one that it actually takes place on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, you're right. Because I don't think, I don't think, unless in space, we don't know about space. I don't know.
Well, it's in the future. I don't know if they still celebrated that. I can't speak on that. I'm not there yet.
Yeah, that's true. That's only an American holiday thing. I don't think Ireland celebrates that shit.
Right.
Oh my God.
But Bridget has a boyfriend named Cody who does like these tours for like ghost tours or whatever.
Yeah.
Which one of them is like Bela Lugosi.
Yeah.
It pretty much is. Because he takes them later to like a random house of this lady. He's like, Bela Lugosi died in this house. It's like, what?
Yeah. They just like, poor lady's just minding her own business too.
Right. But Bridget's mad at him because he's doing the tours. He can't hang out with her. Yada, yada, yada. Nothing happens in this movie for 40 minutes. Like, nothing's happening.
Nothing. It really, it introduces the characters, but like, it's literally oh, I found it. She sneezes once, she sneezes twice. She'll be my bride when she sneezes thrice. That's what it is.
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
Bars.
But it's funny because he puts these people in the car and he walks away, and I'm like, wait, isn't he supposed to be doing the tour? Why is he leaving these people in the car?
He leaves for like an hour, and they're still in the car.
Yeah. But then I realized it's because Morty's the one supposed to be driving the tours, not him. So at first I was like, why is he just walking away without any explanation? I would have been like, what the fuck is happening? Am I going to get murdered?
Yeah, it's... Oh, my God. And then two of the tourists there, they're like pretty famous people. You've probably seen them somewhere.
I've seen them before. I feel like very 90s. I feel like I've seen them before.
Yeah, we have Clint Howard, which he's in like in Waterboy, Austin Powers. He's in a lot of shit, and he was the first one. I think he has a really classic horror movie. I think The Ice Cream Man, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. I've never seen The Ice Cream Man. I've seen The Dentist.
Oh, I've never seen The Dentist. Yeah, he is in a lot of shit, bro. Like a lot of stuff. Yeah. And then the wife, she is the feather duster in Beauty and the Beast.
Oh,
and she's in
like
Stuart
the cartoon
Little
one.
Yeah, cartoon one. Yeah, I don't know if she's in the live action one, but she's in Stuart Little. She's in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Like in a lot of shit. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, they got some name actors in this movie.
For 5 minutes. That's what the budget could do.
They have like no lines, like either. They just complain and then that's it. They shut up the rest of the movie.
Right. So then we meet Morty at a bar. Mm-hmm. Cody and Bridget walk under a ladder, which she points out that's like, hey, that's bad luck. And it's kind of setting up the movie that they're about to be in some shit, which is kind of funny, I guess. But he's the one that's driving the car, not Cody, and he's super drunk. So Cody ends up doing it for him, which makes Bridget angry because they were supposed to go hang out and go on a date. And that's pretty much what happens. And then I guess we have this homeless man that gives them a jump scare, and then this homeless man ends up at this tree where I guess is where the leprechaun was sleeping this whole time, and it wakes him up via alcohol.
Yes,
I'm very confused.
It's not Irish whiskey because he mentions that. He's like, the only whiskey there is Irish whiskey. Yeah. And that's it.
It's really weird. And then Cody ends up getting put in. No, they go to the racetrack and Bridget, I guess, ends up going to hang out with this guy named Ian instead. She's like, I'm like, okay, so you just.
She hoeing around, bro.
I mean, that's fine. You could do that. I was just very confused of who Ian is. Like, is it the other guy you like? Is it what is happening here?
He's a side piece.
Right. But then Cody gets pulled over and he gets put in jail. And then Morty has to pick him up. we see the homeless man in jail because the leprechaun attacked the homeless man and took his gold tooth, and he's trying to tell them, and no one's gonna believe you about a fucking leprechaun.
And I love that they're like, oh, I'm assuming he has a little green hat and a little green suit, and he's like, yeah, exactly. You know about him.
Yeah,
it's like kind of funny.
And then Leprechaun is out in the middle of in the streets, out in public,
chilling.
trying to find this bride with his fucking wooden stick, and it points to her direction. And this guy throws a fucking quarter at him, and he's like, "This isn't gold." And the guy puts his finger, and he has a gold ring, and he just tears his finger off.
Yeah, just fucking leaves. Takes it
right outside in public. Like, what the fuck?
This movie takes place in New York, right?
I don't know where this is. I can't.
I don't even think they mention it, but it looks like 90s New York, like from the 90s.
It could be. You know, sometimes in the bathroom stalls, I was reading some of the stuff, and one of them says happiness is a warm gun, which I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Jesus.
And then there's one that says something about a Charlie, but I couldn't read it. But anyways, I don't know. Like, again, nothing happens in this movie, so I'm trying to see what else I can talk about in this fucking movie.
Yeah, it's literally... So we have to acknowledge as well that when the uncle's drinking at the bar, he's asking for more alcohol, but they give him a special red rye or something like that. And it's just like Coke and water. And then that comes back later, obviously, but like, I guess it's set up here. And then he's always trying to scam people the entire time.
That's why he doesn't get drunk later.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I just caught that.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is why they introduced that weird fucking...
Oh, shit. I fell.
Oh, Carlos, the leprechaun took his ass.
Oh, Jesus. Anyways, let me...
Oh. I have breaking news about this movie.
What? Tell me.
This movie won an award at Fangoria.
For what?
Worst film.
Really? Shit. Oh my god. I'm having technical difficulties. My little phone holder thing broke.
It completely broke?
I can fix it. I'm sorry, audience. Let's cut this.
Anyways, guys, how you guys doing? Thank you for checking out our TikToks and our YouTube clips. Oh my god!
All right, so
time to get a new one.
Anyway, but so what happens later? So then Bridget goes home with Ian.
Yeah, they're like, so they go home, and what's his name? Cody tries to follow them there because he's like, come on, let's go spend time together, baby, or whatever. And is this the dream sequence that we get, right? Like Ian gets hypnotized or whatever?
So he wants to go inside with her, and she says no because she's still technically with Cody. And then as she goes inside, then she hears him in the garage calling him over, and he's looking, it seems like it's her, which I'm like, motherfucker, you literally saw her go out that door. How the fuck did she end up in the garage way behind you? Like,
I have
you're
no
stupid.
idea. But I love this scene. I was like,
it's really funny because she's taking her top off and it's showing her boobs, and he's about to motorboat her, and it just when you see the illusion, it's just fucking mowing.
What is it? Is it
a lawnmower?
Is it a giant lawnmower? Like two lawnmowers?
It's the bottom of it looks like the bottom of a lawnmower just standing up. Yeah. And he just puts his face in there, and his face, I'm assuming, gets fucking shredded to pieces.
And which is cool, they don't show it until later in the movie, but it's actually kind of creative because you see his silhouette and then blood squirting everywhere, which I was like, okay, kind of dope. I like that.
Yeah, and then the leprechaun pops out, still talking in her voice, like, haha, I tricked you. It's like,
it's like this motherfucker.
And then Cody shows up with flowers, apologizing, and this is when she starts to sneeze. Yeah. But Cody never says bless you for some weird fucking reason.
He says Gesundheit.
Which I'm like, motherfucker, just say bless you. Like,
who says that, bro? Yeah, how old are you?
This movie would have not happened if you would have just simply sat there and just said, bless you, Bridget.
Exactly. Credits happening.
Yeah. And then the leprechaun would have been like, God damn it.
God damn it.
I'll see you in another 1,000 years.
So, okay, my thing is he can't just pick another person.
Listen, he put the curse on William that it had to be his lineage, so that's his fault. That's his problem.
That's why you limit yourself, bro. Like,
right. That's why you should have just not even. You could have had any other woman in the world, and you chose this Bridget.
Yeah, her terrible acting, bro.
Right? Did you see her scream in the beginning of the movie when William died?
Dude, it reminded me. It reminded me of Tobey Maguire. It reminded me of Tobey Maguire in the Spider-Man movies where he like makes like a really ugly face.
Right. But you know, let's talk about Bridget because I feel like she's just a sympathetic character. Like she's gone through a lot. Like her family doesn't seem to be there for her. And was she with Cody at first because she like left him for Ian randomly? I think so.
It was like, oh, you don't want to hang out with me? I'm gonna go fuck Ian. And it's like, damn.
But then she tells Ian no because she's still with Cody.
She's just confusing.
This movie makes no sense. There's no point of arguing about this movie. There's just no point. There's just no point.
Oh my god.
My asthma is acting up because
that's okay, baby. Just don't die.
I'm trying not to. But yeah, eventually, like the leprechaun shows up because she ends up sneezing thrice, and he shows up. He ends up taking her, and then the police is looking for Cody because they think that he's the one committing the murders, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, because it's like there's bodies there, and then it's like, oh, well, somehow they know that he was having an argument with her, and like they're like, oh, he has a motive, and it's like, who told the cops that?
Listen, like again, this is one of those movies I'm just not even gonna like try to like solve anything in the plot because Warwick Davis is the only good thing about this movie.
Yeah, literally, his performance is incredible, and it's like, oh, one thing about this movie too, about this scene, there's that one room that's entirely red. It's like the kitchen.
Yeah, that makes no. I was like, are they just trying to be aesthetic? Because
I think so. I think that's the only reason.
There was no point for that. And then also, he takes her to his lair, and, you know, he tells her everything that she's going to be the bride, blah, blah, blah. Cody ends up taking a coin because a coin fell out of the pot.
You were there, right? Right behind you.
Oh, yeah, I'm with them right now, but this is later in the movie. Why is her dress red and not green? Missed opportunity.
Well, okay. I will say that's color theory because red and green are opposite colors.
Forgiven. But still.
You know, I guess they were trying to do something. Yeah. They were trying to do something. So she takes there's a Halloween Easter egg, right? Kind of like a reference with Ian's body falling.
I guess, yeah.
It's kind of like
does that.
Yeah.
It's like setting up the body, which, okay.
It's like cool.
It's not nothing new. But then the leprechaun eventually notices one of his gold coins is missing, which I think is really hilarious how he has this fucking pot full of random shit, but he just knows that one coin is missing.
Like, at least in the first one, it was like 100, and he had 99. Right. And it's like, okay, he took his time to count. But this is just random them in the first
movie. He doesn't count them here. He just knows there's one missing. Like, motherfucker. Whatever.
And then Ian was knocked out, and the coin landing on his hand woke him up. And then he was like, oh, Cody, yeah. And Cody was like, sweet, I'm going to put this on my pockets. He doesn't question it.
And then this movie establishes the rule that if you have the gold coin, he doesn't kill you. Which that was not even a thing in the first movie. In the first movie, he was going to kill you.
Yes.
Because if you didn't give him the coin. So now they make this whole plot device where it's like the leprechaun's like, fuck, I can't fucking get you because you have a gold coin, you lucky motherfucker.
Yeah, like I was like...
So the rest of your life, you're just going to be haunted by this leprechaun every time he tries to get the coin, but he can't get the coin because you get murdered. Because then, you know what?
It's so frustrating. We have to just get through this, Carlos. Get through this movie, and we don't gotta look back anymore.
Okay. But the leprechaun gets Cody's information because he goes to Bridget's house where the police is talking about what happened. This is where you said that the police knew his information, so the leprechaun gets his information.
Yeah, and then he has a card because he gave him the flowers, right? And then it was it had his it had his address, I think, or something.
I was very confused on how the leprechaun. You see, that's how you know I was not paying attention.
I was paying attention. I still was lost.
I was watching it just laughing. Like, what is this movie?
Yeah. It's such a downgrade from the first one. So crazy.
Right. So we kind of get the rules because he's hanging out with Morty. So we get the whole, with the coins, that iron now hurts them. It's not the 4-leaf clover. The leprechaun shows up at Morty's. Cody's like, trade me the coin for Bridget. The leprechaun's like, oh, hell yeah. No, he's not. He's going to trick you.
Hell no.
And this is when we see that the iron does hurt him because they escape through a window of bars, and then the bars closes, and then the leprechaun can't touch them because they're iron.
Yeah.
So they end up at the bar. They're in the bathroom hiding, and then Morty leaves, and then a little person shows up in the bathroom, and he thinks it's the leprechaun.
He's a famous
really
actor. Yeah, he's a famous actor.
Really
His name is Tony Cox.
Yes, they've worked together on...
He's in Bad Santa, Spaceballs. Yeah. He's in a lot of stuff. Yeah.
But him and Warwick David, this wasn't the first time they were to work together. I think they worked together on Star Wars?
Well... let me see. So I know they were in Spaceballs, which is the parody movie of Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
But I know Warwick Davis was on Star Wars. I think he was one of those Sam. I forgot the names.
But it's not the first time they worked together. Pretty much.
Okay.
They've done stuff before together.
Star Wars. He was on Return of the Jedi as well. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So the leprechaun. This is really funny because Cody comes out to the bar looking for Morty. Morty's at the bar just drinking. And then Morty's like, he found us. And the leprechaun is just fucking chilling at the end of the bar looking at them like,
what's up, bitch? Caught you.
I'm here. And just doing the finger thing. Like, It's just so funny when you look down the bar and he's just sitting there just staring like.
It's actually kind of creepy now how he's he's just chill. Like.
Like, oh, you thought I wasn't going to find you?
It does. Okay, but it makes sense why nobody's questioning there's a leprechaun because it's St. Patrick's Day. Like, it's like, oh, everyone's dressed up like that.
Exactly.
So I was like, okay, that's cool that they at least thought it through. That they're like, we can't just have him walking around.
Right. So then this is when Morty challenges the leprechaun to drink. They have a real big drinking contest, and then the leprechaun is drunk, which is kind of fun to see that.
Yeah, it was fun. So what Morty did was he used his scamming skills, and he was like, hey, give me some of that red rye of your special red rye, and let me show him how a real man drinks. And he was just getting Coke and water. That's it. Right. But the leprechaun didn't know. And I was like, that's cool that they didn't have to fight him. They kind of just tricked his ass.
Yeah. So then they leave. The leprechaun leaves because they're about to, make their move. And he ends up at a coffee bar trying to sober up. And then this kill's kind of cool. He kills the bar guy with like steam from the coffee. The
espresso machine.
Maker.
Yeah, I was like, okay, like you see like the prosthetics, like it's like bubbling and shit. Yeah, and I was like, that's very clever,
And this guy was very queer and sassy, and I loved him.
He was, a little offensive for our short kings over there, but
yeah.
But I think 94. He got what he wanted,
Yeah, it was 94. What can you? It's also a leprechaun too.
Yeah, he also dies, so it's like it's not like he was like a hero of the movie,
right? We cut to Bridget trying to find a way out. She finds a wooden box and finds these little trinkets in there. And she grabs an ice pick and she looks at it and does this little stab. And I'm like, girl, what are you going to do with that?
Yeah.
Like,
well, this is where her acting.
She frustrated the fuck out of me. And I'm not easily that frustrated. I mean, I am, but I'm not. But whatever.
She has this like intense look in her face every time she acts, and then she goes, "I want to please you."
Yeah, the way she does her mouth movements, like or like like what are you doing?
I wonder what she like went off to do afterwards because it's like
nothing.
girl.
I've never seen her in anything else. Never.
Oh, she's in Tammy and the T-Rex. She's Wendy.
Oh, that's why Denise Richards couldn't take the role, maybe.
But that's Wendy. That's fucking Wendy.
Which one's Wendy?
I think that's the one that he fucks in the car. The bully. I forgot his fucking name.
Oh, well,
the one that has a crush.
Yes.
On him. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Tammy and the T-Rex is a much better movie, so at least
Hell
she was
yeah.
in that.
It's bad, but in a fun way. At least I have fun watching that movie.
Right. It doesn't give me headaches like this one did. But
she hasn't done anything since 2014. The last thing she did was spermicide. So
you know what?
I hope she's alive, and I'm over here talking shit, bro.
I hope she's okay. I hope she's fine. But yeah, then Cody and Morty sneak into Ian's shop where their plan is to put the leprechaun in the safe. I kind of do like this whole sequence here a little bit, because they trick the leprechaun into the safe. There's this security guard that keeps getting in the way.
Yeah.
But they trap him in the safe, but then Morty gets really greedy and wants the leprechaun's gold, so he makes 3 wishes. And obviously he wasn't specific about his wishes, so what the leprechaun does is that he gives him the gold, but in his stomach, and it's like him pregnant with the pot of gold, which is really cool looking.
It's actually very creative.
Yeah, very creative. And then the only way he's like, oh, get it out of me, and the leprechaun will set me free. So he does. The leprechaun touches the fucking safe here. It doesn't hurt him for some reason, but whatever. Of course. Then he rips it out of him, killing Morty.
Yeah. Which sucks.
There goes their plan, right? And then there's a cool sequence of like Mario Kart where the leprechaun gets in one of the carts and chases Cody through the field,
and it transforms into like a weird. It has like a 4-leaf clover with a denied sign on it.
Yeah, which is really fun.
Bones. Yeah, it looks cool.
I guess is like, oh yeah, he doesn't like 4-leaf clovers.
Yeah,
and then this is where we establish that if Cody has the coin, he can't get murdered. Yeah. So this is where we learned that rule there.
Which is kind of weird, but whatever.
Yeah. And then, what happens this? I think this is when...
do they go back? Wait, so I think they go back to the lair because... Let me find... You know what, bitch? We're right here. I'm a fucking...
Oh, no, the leprechaun goes to his lair. And
he goes to his lair.
To stab him. Yeah, Bridget tries to stab him, but it doesn't work. And Leprechaun's like, "That's me, Daddy's whatever you just broke." And then Cody shows up at the Leprechaun's lair. He gets into the fight with William, the skeleton slave, which is
it reminded me of
Movie
Brenda.
2 did it better.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's just bones.
This is bones.
It was so funny because we were watching it yesterday, and even Joy was like, "I kind of want to watch Scary Movie after watching this."
Much better movie.
Yeah. But it's like this weird scene. There's a lot of camera movement. It felt like they only had like a day to record this because they were running with the camera.
In one part, you also see the microphone over the 2 actors when they were talking.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was so funny. It's like so obvious.
Yeah, and they kept it. They kept it in.
And the thing is that they weren't saying anything, so I think they could have just cut that part out. And they just
listen. I don't know, but the Leprechaun's lair is like a maze where it's unescapable. You go through one way, you come out the other. So they keep playing these tricks on each other. Eventually, they get split, and then Cody finds her, but it's not her because he's like asking for the coin. So he gives Bridget the coin, but it's not Bridget, it's the leprechaun, and you're like, oh fuck, he gave her the coin. But then it turns out that the coin was actually milk chocolate, and the leprechaun couldn't tell the difference, which to me was like, no. He should know the difference between a real gold and fake gold. He's a leprechaun.
It's like out of everyone.
Right. But you know what?
Feeling
this movie doesn't even know what it's doing.
No,
they don't even know what they're doing.
I think they gave up towards the end. They were just kind of like, fuck it. Like, let's just finish the movie.
So then the leprechaun stabs Cody with the iron stick he has, but since Cody still had the real coin, he really didn't die, and then he stabs the leprechaun with it.
Yes,
and then
that
the
makes
leprechaun
sense.
and then the leprechaun explodes. and then they escape. They leave the tree, and there's this weird line. It's like, "Oh, I think you kiss better than him," and I'm like, Cody, what?
What?
Like, cause he kissed
Oh,
the
he
fake
kissed
one
the
earlier.
hallucination, yeah.
Yeah,
And then it just cuts to credits.
That's it.
It's like mid-sentence. Like, we just end the episode right now. Like,
right. This fucking movie, bro.
Dude, this movie really was crazy as hell.
I just don't know.
Oh, bitch. He took you again. Yeah, listen, it's time for a new one.
So, yeah, that
Leprechaun
2, which I
can't even, like, I don't even know how to put it into words. Like,
I really wanted to text you, be like, do you want to do this? Like,
do you want to do an episode this week? Because I just wasted my damn time.
Oh, Lord. We're gonna have to do a much better movie to make up for this next week because
yeah.
Which I don't have one in mind right now, but yeah, that was Leprechaun 2. So Jonathan, let's just do our segment. Let's see what's your favorite kill in this movie.
So I would have to say my favorite kill, I did like Morty's kill. I think his was, even though it's not bloody or gory, it's so creative, and I was like, that's fitting for the Leprechaun. Like, yeah, awesome. Like, that is I've never seen something like that. It looked fucking good. Like, it wasn't like it looked fake as hell. And yeah, it was just creative as all good. And I love Morty, so it was kind of sad seeing him go. So, but yeah, I thought that death scene was pretty great.
Okay. Mine will have to go to Ian just because of what the Leprechaun did to trick him. Like, I really like the whole, like, he thinks it's one thing that he likes, but it's not. It's actually something very deadly. I thought that was creative too, even though they don't show it, but they do show the aftermath after he's hanging out on the door. His face is shredded off. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And
I do love that. It's also like the editing of that is so cool because it kind of seems like there is sexual tension between them two, and then it's like, oh, it might be her for real, and then it's like it cuts. And it's just you see these giant blades in front of his face, and it's like it's kind of like, oh shit.
Yeah, and that's cool. That's really cool. And then daddy of the movie?
It has to go to Warwick Davis. I'm sorry.
Yeah, for sure.
He's like,
amazing. Even though these movies are not the greatest movies out there. No. And some of these are just kind of fun to watch as a group of friends. Like, by yourself, this can get very like, oh my God. But like his performance and him as the Leprechaun, he's iconic. Just that alone. Like, just that alone is him. Like, he is a horror icon just for that, even though these movies are not that great. But
no, but they're iconic.
He cemented, he cemented himself as one of the icons out there. Like, he's the only Leprechaun that we know in horror. So, and they did a theme, St. Patrick's Day. So I think that's cool.
At least they did it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't think of an Easter Bunny horror movie. So
hey, maybe not too late. Maybe we can start one.
I know. Horror it should be Bad Bunny as a slasher. I'm just saying.
That's like
Bad Bunny, baby.
Instead of Jason's like, you just hear, Bad Bunny, baby. Oh my God.
That's how you know you're gonna die.
Oh my God. So, Carlos, out of 5 stars, what do you give this movie?
What did I give this movie?
I saw what you gave it. You gave it a 1.
Okay, it was. I was like, was it a 1 or a 2? It was a 1 for sure.
Yeah, I almost gave it a half star, but I gave it a 1 just because the death scenes were cool as hell. I did like the kills in this movie, and Warwick Davis, obviously. So I was like, at least those things are cool that it made me like it just a tiny bit. But I would never come back and watch this movie.
No, this is just one that's like, just watch his clips.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's it.
Yeah, it's all on YouTube, baby. Go check it out. Right. Because it's like my half stars are like movies that I don't like anything about. Like nothing about it. So
and you can't give it a 0.
No, exactly.
So like,
exactly.
Yeah.
And then do you have any reviews or no? Because I have some.
I keep forgetting to do that.
It's
and
okay,
since I don't have my
baby.
phone, yeah.
It's okay. I have 2 here. So I have my 1 star. It says green like vomit, not like gold. That's literally it. And then my 5 star says, "Oh, to be a fly on the wall of this writer's room," which is so true. I want to know how the fuck they came up with this movie.
Right.
That would be super interesting.
And it's like these movies could have been good.
Yeah, I feel like it's a good concept.
Could have. It's just I don't know. It didn't hit, I guess.
I'm sure it's a mixture of budget. Like it's a small budget.
It also came in an era where like horror was kind of dying. Scream wasn't a thing yet. I mean, this year we got for this movie. This year we had Wes Craven's New Nightmare this year, which that was I feel like a good movie. But then we don't get Scream till 2 years later. But even after Scream, the Leprechaun movies didn't do anything.
Yeah,
they went to space and like they just they're just missing. And
I
then
think they just have fun with it.
Right, and then they try to do like remakes and reboots that didn't really do well either. So it's like I don't know. Maybe one day we'll get like really iconic Leprechaun movie. Like
even if we do, because I'm not sure. Like, hey, I don't know how socially this is. Like I said, I don't know how offensive it is. Because like I know like the little people community is like kind of like they don't want to do roles like this. Like, because it's like it's always like, oh, obviously we're gonna have to hire a little person to do a Leprechaun or something like that. I think they want to be taken more seriously in Hollywood, especially. So I don't know if like we'll ever see like a reboot for this, or like if they'll even try. It would be interesting, but I know
Hornswoggle played the Leprechaun in one movie. The recent ones.
It was like Oranges, I think, right?
Something like that, yeah. It was Hornswoggle from WWE. And I think it was even a WWE production, I think. Like, it was, yeah.
It's Leprechaun. I think it's this guy. Leprechaun Returns. I think that's him.
They try to get serious with it, too, again. It just,
No, you can't take it seriously. You have to kind of, like, have fun with it. Oh, no. Dylan Postel. That's Hornswoggle. He does Leprechaun Origins in 2014. That's crazy. So,
which I remember Hornswoggle in wrestling. His whole Irish thing with the other guy. Yeah, I remember that.
He's pretty great.
Under the ring, come out, hit somebody, and then hide again.
Should we tell? Our boy Zach is probably listening. Should we tell him like the gift that we were gonna give him that unfortunately got denied?
Oh yeah. We were gonna send you a cameo from Hornswoggle. I forget. Was it like last? I think it was like last.
It was
year,
last year.
And
he denied it. He never responded.
Yeah. So we're like, damn. Fuck you, Hornswoggle.
Yeah. We were gonna do something funny like, oh, the Horror Daddies wish you good luck. Oh, because it was like when he like I think it was like the house thing. So it was like congratulating him on all that, and he completely ignored us. I was like, damn, that sucks.
It's okay. Well, we'll do cameos one day for people.
Yeah, for real. One day. Hey, baby.
I'll do them shirtless.
Happy birthday. We'll twerk. I'll use some like one of those like skinny leggings that make your ass look really good. I'll do one of those.
The TikTok leggings?
Yeah, the TikTok leggings. Oh my god. But that's pretty much it, right?
That's it. Let's see. Next week.
You don't have to announce that if you don't have anything. But
no, I haven't. Do you want to do something with Evil Dead? Just because it is next month, and by the time we come back, it should be time for Evil Dead Rise. So I know we've done the remake and we've done part 2. So what we have left is Army of Darkness or the first one.
Yeah, I mean, you know how Army of Darkness is gonna go. You already know my thoughts on that movie, so
5 stars.
Cause I would be down to keep that one as like a fucking like an in-person episode, and we can do something fun with that. The original is it hasn't aged very well, but it's also like a one movie that we could talk about. We can go more in depth about. But if anything, we can do something fun and light, and then we'll do Evil Dead Rise.
Okay. Because next week would be our final episode through Zoom.
Yeah.
then we're going on a 2-week hiatus.
Yeah.
Because I'll be moving. We'll be painting and stuff the house, so setting up everything, and then we'll be back with our new set. That is the plan. So yeah, I'll think of something, and then we'll be we'll announce it halfway through the week or something, or next week. That way you guys kind of get prepared for it for the weekend.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
But yeah, so join us for whatever we have in store next week for y'all, and have a nice, safe week, and then we'll see you on the next episode. So, and remember,
stay sexy and stay spooky.
Happy late St. Patrick's Day, and see you in your dreams.
Horror Daddies.
Bye, guys.
Bye.